It's Friday night and the Brimfield Winery in Brimfield has a cruisin' car show. Let's check it out. This cool 57 T-Bird used to belong to Eddie Haskell, who was on the Leave It to Beaver show.
Back in those days when we had the oil embargo in 74, 75, I'm dating myself, but what happened is that the Americans, all they had V8s. I had a V8. We all sold them, and we were looking for economy cars because they were all saying that the cars were going to go over $1 a gallon, which they did. And then they were saying it was going to go to $4 a gallon. So if you had a Chevelle or a Ford Mustang or any of the big, bigger muscle type cars, you only got about maybe 150, maybe 200 miles to that tank. And most of those tanks were 19, 20 gallon tanks. I had a 22 on mine. Can you imagine filling that thing up?
I know. Can you?
It just cost you an arm and a leg. So when I bought this, I sold.
How long have you had this for?
I've had it for 44 years now.
44?
Yeah.
What year is it?
It's a 1978. She's 46 years old.
Wow, that's awesome.
I bought her when I was 20 years old, and I'm 64 now.
Well, that's awesome. Is that great? You hear that, Logan?
Yeah.
You bought this car when you were only 24 years old. That hopefully will be you when you get your first car.
In two years, when I had the title, my payments were $91 a month. You can't even buy a fender for that.
You can't, not at all. You can't even
Those
touch
are the
these
days,
now.
and it just goes to show when you have energy and controlling your energy, prices come down. But when I remember paying 57 cents a gallon with my Chevelle. That was okay, but that was my daily driver. But then I said, well, I need a daily driver that get long range. This one did it.
Yep.
It did it in
and
style.
It's economical. Yeah.
I did it in style, and it's not your ordinary grandmother's Ford. Let's put it that way.
That's true.
She'll do 120 top end.
Imagine that.
So,
So it's a cool car on top of it all, right? That's awesome. Look at the plaid interior, huh?
That's all. Plaid is back now.
I heard. That's what I did hear.
You just once come around, it is. Yeah, that's all original. Yeah. 176.
It's original,
miles.
so you didn't recover this,
no,
because a lot of people are grabbing that same material and recovering theirs.
You can't get that.
Oh, there's your trophies. Cool.
Yeah, there's my trophies.
Awesome. Good for you.
My other one I got first in on the Moose Lodge.
Oh yeah. We were just there last night, actually.
It's a heavy engine, which is blows most people's mind. Like I said, that's not your ordinary four-cylinder engine either. So.
Not your ordinary grandma's car.
And so forth,
That's
so
great.
If all the gearheads can read it and so forth.
Yeah, that's something that they would probably appreciate more than I would even.
I have the original brochure on the other side. These came in 3 colors: Spitfire orange. It was a bright blue metallic, and then the silver and black two-tone.
I like this.
Yeah, this is the one that was most everybody sought after.
Oh yeah.
But this was.
Look at this, Logan. This is the original.
This is the original one. You can see the hairdo and everything else in Spitfire orange.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's yours.
There's mine. Now this one originally came with all silver on the top, but I decided to go with that with
the black on the top.
Anniversary. 2 years later, in 1980, then they came out with it, so they kind of copied me. Same thing with the wheels. Those were all plain, and then I did it, and then 2 years later, they did it.
Yeah.
So it's all original.
Hi, Linda.
Here's your plaid interior.
Oh yeah.
All exactly the way it was back in those days.
Oh yeah.
Even the lumbar support. It had a digital. Where's the dome light? The dome light is. Here's the digital dome light with actually electric mirrors. That was far ahead of its time.
Jeez, I guess so, huh?
4-wheel disc brakes,
Hey,
rear
Don.
posi traction. When you're 20 years old and you sat behind a cockpit like this, looks like an airplane, wouldn't you buy that? I did.
Did you notice this?
See?
Look at Logan.
When you sat behind a tilt steering wheel, I mean, this was all in 1978.
Tilt steering wheel too. I know.
Yeah,
It was
that was
ahead of their time
unheard
for
of
sure.
back in those days.
Yeah.
This car was so far ahead of its time. That's why a lot of the people, why you don't see them now, is the fact that a lot of them were put into the crusher because of Rusty Jones' program that they sold you when undercoating. You paid your $200 and they undercoated your car. They swore your car would never rust and rot out. And 6 to 8 years they were all rusting and rotting out. And I saved mine. Mine was part of that problem. So I took it to a frame restoration guy. After $1,100, he put me back on the road again. And if it wasn't for that, then this car would have been in the junkyard too. It's
beautiful.
After spending it. So that's why you don't see too many of them.
Yep, you kept it up really nice.
The research that I've done, and I've spent months, the best guess estimate that I can find is there's probably fewer than 250 of these that are left in the United States.
Really?
And I'm the only one registered with Haggerty Insurance Club.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I'm the only one.
It's rare.
And
It's very rare then.
Haggerty's pretty big.
Wow.
You know, they're worldwide and everything else. Yeah. So it's basically a survivor, but at the same time, it's a great handling car. It's not a quarter-mile car; it's more of a track car because in those days they were all for fuel efficiency, like we are today.
Yes, exactly. We have to
It's
be.
what comes around goes around.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, these are the colors that they came in.
Oh yeah.
And there's the blue one right there.
Yeah.
That they ham. Yeah.
Very nice. Wow. That's cool. Well, thanks for sharing all this with
Well,
me.
thank you.
And what's your name?
Perry.
Perry. Perry, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm Joe.
You're Joe.
I'm Joe.
I've seen you many times.
Oh, thank you.
Because I've been wanting. This used to be just a regular aluminum like that, so I painted it with a 500-degree caliper.
Oh yeah, I've heard
and
of
then I
that.
decided to add a red stripe in the black because I think that's what Dodge
So
would have done.
you hand painted it all.
Yeah, it took me an
That's
hour to do
something.
that in
Really?
January, and I was high as a kite.
Oh jeez.
Because it's
From the
it's-
fumes.
Oh yeah. It says please use a well-ventilated area.
Oh God.
But I got it done. So.
Oh God. You know what? That little touch does make it look really good.
Just that one little stripe there just gives it all, and that's what the Dodge boys would have done it.
Yes, you're right.
All
Thanks.
my stickers are all original. They're all original to where it was.
Imagine that, huh? That's
And,
really good.
Even the manufacturer plate here where it says Mitsubishi made for Chrysler Corporation. And that's the kicker.
Manufactured in
because
Japan.
People don't realize that this came from
Mitsubishi.
Tokyo, Japan back in 77, 78. And it was really hard for me to get rid of my American Chevelle and jump into a Japanese car. We didn't want it. If you saw something that was Japanese, you threw it away because it was garbage. And then when I got in the back of the wheel bar, I said, well, this is not a bad car, I guess. So I had to swallow my pride. It was really hard back in those days.
Yeah.
To get into it. Nowadays, guys his age and they love it. They've never seen anything like
What do you
this
think of
before.
it?
But back in my day, I got snuffed. I got snuffed by judges and everything else. They wouldn't, because it wasn't a 426 or 440 or you know. But that is. What's that?
2.2.
Oh no, that's a 2.6. That's a 155.9 cubic inch 4-cylinder Hemi. That's the largest 4-cylinder that was made in the world at that time.
Okay, cool.
Now he's appreciating it. He's appreciating
You're a
it.
Hemi, yeah. It wasn't 300 horse, but it was 120 horse. You know, she'll do top end 120, and still get 28 miles to the gallon.
He's impressed. It was so nice for you to tell me all
Nice
about the
meeting you.
car.
Oh,
Nice
thank you
meeting you
very
as
much. Thanks for
well.
coming by
Yeah,
again.
take care,
Appreciate
okay?
it. Yeah,
Perry had lots of information to share about his car. This 1949 Chevy Fleetline is for sale. The Brimfield Winery offers several different types of wines and beers. It's got some comfortable seating outside under the pavilion, and they were actually serving pizza tonight. This is a great place to come on a Friday night. I always seem to catch somebody's little pooch in the pictures.
Actually, let's check it out. 27 Willies. Wow, this is a cool truck. Camera.
Tommy.
This is my lucky duck pick tonight. Your story meant the most to me. Glenn is shining down on us, smiling. Glad you brought it to the show. This lucky duck pick is in honor of Glenn.
Bye, Diane. Off she goes. Bye, Dan. Keep smiling. Frankenstein. Sweet people. Great show tonight. Brimfield Winery in Brimfield. We always love it here. Come out and see us sometime on a Friday night. Bruce Marshall is the DJ, and we usually have a wonderful crowd. Thanks for watching, everybody.
We ended the night by stopping off at the Westview Farms Creamery for an ice cream. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.